Good afternoon, guys. So, this is my view right now. I'm laying here. This is Annie Oaktree, because I'm just how goofy and dorky I am. There's some of the goats. I got home from work. We had training today. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to come lay on my swing in the shade and read a book. Because you have to take time for yourself sometimes. You just have to. Especially because it's getting to that time of year. I'm a teacher, so it's that time of year where things are starting to get hectic and there's a lot of planning to do. And it's my first year doing STEM, so there's a lot of plans. And I'm working out of 2 schools, so I have to be able to transport my plans. And so sometimes I'm in the classroom, and sometimes I have a separate room. Whatever, it'll work. We'll make it work. I'll just plan different activities for the days we're in their classroom versus the days that we're in a separate classroom where they come to me in a different room. So, anyway, they've been teaching us. We've been working on some of the self-care aspects because there's a lot of burnout in teaching. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to go home today. I've got tomorrow off. I'll look at everything tomorrow. I'll work on my lesson plans tomorrow. I spent 8 hours today working, training, thinking really hard, and I'm gonna chill. But I have a surprise. And we are so proud of ourselves because we're not carpenters. I took shop, he took shop. I loved it, he hated it. But if you look way over there, I'm not getting up. I'll make another video later. But see that? There's our chicken tractor. We followed the Joel Salatin plans in the Polyface design book. There were a few things that, we did a little bit differently. We didn't have, you can't get aluminum right now. It's impossible to find. I actually had old roofing or metal siding from the arena where they put a composting for horse manure on the other side that had just been thrown. You know how old farms are. People throw stuff and they just leave it. So that's what we ended up using. So we didn't go around the sides because it's too heavy for me to move right now without having the aluminum top. I don't know that it would work because steel can get hot and retain heat. However, I'm up in the UP of Michigan, and so I don't really have a lot of heat. I mean, we don't get, for us, 82 is hot. And without having any metal sides, we have enough wind, it'll blow through. And worst case scenario, I'll move it in the shade, or I'll put the shade, I've got a shade cloth that I could put over them. But that's my happiness. We worked 2 days. It took us 2 days to do it. It took us a day to cut all the materials and get everything together and get everything cut to size. Cutting the metal tin was rough, so there's some sharp edges on it, and we're not sure what we're going to do about that. Right now, we're just being very careful when we're by it. So, yeah. But we don't have any little kids. And, sometimes you have to learn that way. Sometimes you have to learn not to touch things. Hopefully it's not stitches or anything. There's Jack. It's my mushroom bed behind him that is not produced, but I don't know if it's because they said it could take up to a year for it to produce, so I'm hoping. It's been getting enough rain and moisture, but hopefully I'll get mushrooms later. They're red wine cap is what they were called. I talked to a guy who grows mushrooms in the area, and he had said that the ones that they sold me from the first company I bought from, they won't grow here. No. So I went and ordered from a different company he suggested, and I called them, and they said that the red wine cap would be the best one for me to grow. And I don't really feel there's that much difference in a taste between mushrooms, unless you're talking like really different mushrooms, like obviously chaga or, coral mushrooms, which I had once as a child and loved them. But I don't know enough about mushrooms to do the foraging out in the woods, other than the chaga and maybe morels, which I've never found one in the wild. I'm still waiting to find that special one. So anyway, this is about self-care. I want you all to remember that, you know, your 1% is 1%, but don't forget that your marriage or your relationship or your significant other, your children, your extended family, they're important too. And you need to make sure you take time for them and take time for yourself. Because if you're not healthy and you're not rested, you can't give 100%. And you can't give 1% if you're in the negative of your own caretaking. So, go find your Annie, get a swing or a bench, grab a book or some music or whatever you do, and chill. Have a good afternoon, guys.